Hello, I'm Robin Mitchell and welcome to Mega.io. In this video, we're going to be looking at the Raspberry Pi and why you might want to consider using the Windows IoT Core. Now, before we go into the advantages of using the IoT Core, the first thing we're going to actually look at are the disadvantages. Now, the first two that immediately come to mind are that A, it depends or is reliant on a Windows 10 install on a different computer, and B, when you make IoT programs for the Windows IoT Core, it's not exactly cross-platform compatible. It's not cross-platform. So for example, a Python program made on a Raspberry Pi for Raspbian will most likely work for a Windows installation, a Mac installation, and a Linux installation. But a Windows IoT Core program is only going to work on a Windows IoT Core system. So that's obviously going to be one of the first main disadvantages. Now, the second disadvantage to using the Windows IoT Core for the Raspberry Pi is that you rely on a Windows 10 installation on your local network. So unless you're someone who already has one because you've purchased a modern system or you've already upgraded, then it is going to cost you money. Now, luckily, you can go to a website called Software Geeks and they do offer Windows 10 serials, but again, you have to pay money. So even though it's free, you still need a Windows 10 installation on a computer on your local network. Now, this is where the serious advantages come in, because the Windows IoT Core gives you a lot of access to the .NET framework. Now, if you haven't worked with the .NET framework, then you haven't really lived, especially in languages such as VB.NET, which, yes, the Raspberry Pi running the Windows IoT Core can use, means that applications can be written incredibly fast. The .NET framework gives you so many components and library functions to a lot of different operating system features in a very, very trivial manner. Serial ports, file access, network access. It really does trivialize the design process. And one of the other really neat advantages to using the IoT Core on the Raspberry Pi is that all your programming can be done over the network, and you can debug it live as your Raspberry Pi runs the IoT application, which means instead of having to go onto the Raspberry Pi itself and set it up with a computer, as a computer with a display and a keyboard and mouse and trying to interface with it, you can just plug this into an Ethernet port or a connection, power it up, leave it somewhere, and you can program it and debug it all live from a completely different system. That could be your tablet, your computer, or your laptop. So there are some pretty cool features to using the Windows 10 the Windows IoT Core. I keep calling it the Windows 10 IoT Core, but it's actually just the Windows IoT Core, but it does look a bit like Windows 10. Of course, it is a cut down version of Windows, so there will be some features of the .NET framework that won't be implemented for the Raspberry Pi. To my knowledge, I'm not sure what they are, but I would imagine they're going to be the more advanced features that even though I haven't even looked at yet. But of course, all the basic features are there, serial ports, file access, TCP ports, all these different things. So the Windows IoT operating system can bring a lot of power to your Raspberry Pi projects. So to learn how to get Windows IoT onto your Raspberry Pi, follow the article that comes with this video. Thank you for watching and see you next time.